What is going on, everybody? How you all doing out there? I hope this video is finding you well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Andrew, for those of you who do not know, and today I am just going to be talking about some places to eat out here in San Diego. I have been in this beautiful city for just a little bit over a month, so I have not had too much of a crazy amount of time to go out and explore everything. There are restaurants and shops and all sorts of things around every corner for me to explore here, but I thought I would share some of the places that I have been to already so that if you are ever out in the area, you might stop by and enjoy them for yourselves. First of all, I have to say that what I was not expecting when I came out here as far as cuisine choices would have been New Zealand inspired restaurants. I'm so excited about the fact that there's Queenstown Public House, there's Dunedin New Zealand Eats, there's the Kairoa Brewery that has a nice little rooftop bar out in University Heights, and then there's a couple of other ones that I have not yet been to, so I won't fully talk about them just yet. But at the Queenstown Public House, I went there first because I was there for the New Zealand burger. And the thing is, if you've been to New Zealand, you know that the New Zealand burger is called the Ferg burger, and there is just nothing in the world like a good Ferg burger. But one of the things that I love so much about the fact that these New Zealand themed restaurants exist is that on these burgers you can get beets, and I miss having beets on my burgers so bad. Beets over pickles any day. Give me some beets and a fried egg on my burger and I really do feel like I am back in New Zealand. As far as the Kairoa Brewing Company, again, like I said, it is a nice rooftop bar out in University Heights. It is more aesthetically New Zealand inspired, I would say, than the menu itself, but if you are in the mood for some good New Zealand meat pies, you make sure you go out to Dunedin New Zealand Eats and get you some, because I love steak and cheese meat pies, and they make me want to go back to New Zealand so bad, and I cannot wait until some of these travel restrictions lift so I can get back out there. Another restaurant that I have actually talked about a little bit on this channel before is called Harumama. There are a few different locations out in the San Diego area, but the one that I went to was out in La Jolla, and honestly, the dishes are so beautiful out there. I'm not really a big sushi fan, but there's always something to eat, even if you don't like sushi. But the little blue lights that they put under the fish, and then the little cute koala bear strawberry things that we ordered at the end for dessert, the white peach sake, I had such a great time out there. And before we actually did go out there, when we were looking it up, it said that it was one of the most Instagrammable restaurants in San Diego, and I just have to agree. So I definitely want to check out a couple of the other locations, but the one in La Jolla had that beautiful oceanside view. We were out there for the sunset, and I couldn't have asked for a better time to experience it. As for me, I am actually a very big fan of Italian food. Even though it's not a super huge thing out here, there's obviously Little Italy, so that's a good place to go if you're looking for Italian. But I found this cute little place out in Hillcrest called Parmacina, and listen, I'm a big sucker for lasagna, okay? When I lived out in Monterey, there was this restaurant called Rosine's that I'd go to all the time, and I would always get the lasagna. It was so good, it was even featured on an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. And out here in San Diego, one of my biggest things is that I need to find a place that is going to give me lasagna that I want to come back for over and over and over again. And I think I may have found that here at Parmacina. Every bite just melted in my mouth. House-made noodles, house-made everything. I think that the waitress was actually surprised that I finished. It was a huge chunk of lasagna, and she came around and I was halfway through. She was like, wow, you're making good progress. And I was like, this is going to be gone by the time you come back. So I will definitely be heading back out to Parmacina, but I also will be keeping my eye out for some other Italian restaurants that could give me some good tortellini, or some other good lasagna, or some other good just pasta dishes, because I just love me some Italian. While I am at that Italian search, I might just stop in at Urban Moe's every Tuesday for a couple of reasons. Number one, because that is show tunes night, when they just play clips from all of the famous musicals like Chicago and Wicked and all sorts of different shows that you just have all the clips from all the most famous songs, and they serve all-you-can-eat spaghetti. So when I come in hungry, standing at a solid 6'5", and someone tells me that I have a bottomless spaghetti option, especially it coming from someone who 1 minute ago was just talking about how much he loved Italian food, you know that I'm gonna be there getting down on some bottomless spaghetti and meatballs with some garlic bread and some margaritas or some whiskey or some whatever while I'm watching some show tunes. Like, that sounds like a great way to spend a Tuesday date night. I am also excited for the future of Moe's because I think it used to be a club back before COVID happened. And out in all of these places in San Diego, I'm just excited that things are opening back up a little bit more, and I cannot wait to see all of these clubs and restaurants and everything return to that former glory because I can totally see it and I'm so excited for it. But in the meantime, I will just have to enjoy my spaghetti and meatballs. Okay, so here's the thing. Obviously, San Diego is on the Mexican border, so the Mexican food here is delicious. I'm scared to get into all of this Mexican food because I'm afraid I'm gonna gain way too much weight by eating too many burritos because I love me a good burrito. I love me a good wet burrito, which I wish I had a recommendation right now because there was this wet burrito that I had not that long ago, but my friend had ordered it online and he forgot where we got it from, so I'm gonna have to go on a hunt and find it for myself. But in the meantime, if you are ever down at Mission Beach near the famous Belmont Park, you should stop by Mr. Ruriberto's, which is a nice little taco stand that is just right across from the park right there. Delicious burrito. I'm always a sucker for a burrito. I'm always on a hunt for burrito. And they have great little street tacos, the horchata, the whole 9 yards. So if you're ever out in that way, make sure you stop by there. Additionally, if you're ever out in the Logan Heights area, which is where I currently am staying at the moment, you should stop by Antojitos Mexicanos del Tepeyac. Outside of the burrito there, they have a great pozole. It's a cute little mom and pop shop that's tucked just right behind a little market, and I am excited about the fact that it is walking distance away from me because, like I've said, I love me a good burrito. So you all stay tuned out there though, because I will be hunting down all of these burritos, all of this Mexican food, and there will definitely be videos relating just to Mexican food that I'm finding, videos related to just the Italian food that I'm finding, videos related to all sorts of stuff that I'm finding, because seriously, I am exploring every corner of the city. So just make sure you stay tuned for more Mexican food recommendations because I am going to be making a list. Last up on this little list for now though is going to be one that is out in Ocean Beach called The Holding Company. They have a great little Taco Tuesday on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They also have a nice little rooftop bar that gives you a good view of the ocean, the pier that's right out there. It's one of the first restaurants that I went to. It might have even been the first restaurant that I went to out here. It was recommended to me by my landlord. It's a nice place to just have a beer and have a view and just like hang out for the night, you know what I'm saying? Another Mission Beach recommendation, if you do not want to go to Mr. Roberto's, would be Cannonball. It is located right on the other side of Belmont Park, so if you're in there, it's going to be really easy to find. I would just say to make sure you have some sunscreen if you come on a bright and beautiful day the way that we did, because if you do not get a shaded spot, you're probably going to burn. But that crab dip that they have there is literally out of this world. I do not even really like crab in the first place, but I will be getting that crab dip every single time that I go there, so you better believe that I will be going back. And that's gonna do it for this quick little list of some random places that I have gone and tried. I am trying to actively avoid going to corporate run places, and there are a couple of other places that I have been to. I just haven't really gotten pictures or done any of that because sometimes I forget and just go to eat. So believe me, I will have a lot more food recommendations coming your way, especially like I said, I'm gonna start separating them off into Italian and Mexican, or even like North Park restaurants, Hillcrest restaurants, the whole 9 yards as I explore this city that is so magical. I can totally understand why it is called America's Finest, and I feel so fortunate to be here experiencing it for myself. In the meantime, if you have been to San Diego or if you are a local watching this video, I would love any other recommendations that you have or any places that you would like for me to go and check out. If you have been having your eye on San Diego and just want to live vicariously through me, let me know down in those comments. And while you're down there, if you liked this video, I would love it if you considered giving it a little thumbs up, as well as potentially pressing on that little subscribe button so you can join me on all of my adventures out here in San Diego and beyond. If you would also like to check out the full write-up on this little video for all these places that I went to and links to all of them to check them out for yourself, that is all listed down there in the description box, so feel free to click around. I post on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I am kind of all over the place, so we'll see how the schedule goes as things go by. But in the meantime, I appreciate all of your time, and I thank you all so much for watching. So until the next one, I hope you all have a day just as beautiful as you, and I will see you next time. Bye!